Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, to race number 6 of the Original Rebels Racing League Sunday Night Truck Series season, presented by Golden, Suzuki, Honda, Kawasaki, Yamaha, KTM. Thank you again for being our season-long sponsor for the second year in a row. Tonight, we find ourselves at the New Hampshire Motor Speedway. Definitely one of the more interesting racetracks on the circuit. Flat 1 mile oval, the pride of New England when it comes to stock car racing. 1 mile even, 2 to 7 degrees in the corners. The second groove's a little bit more banked than the very bottom of the racetrack, but we'll see both grooves used tonight, I'm sure of it. Shifting could happen here tonight down into turn 3, down into turn number 1. Try and get a little bit of a better drive up off the corner. These long straightaways and flat corners will be very demanding for drivers throughout the race tonight. I'm putting on a show since 1990. Let's have a look at your points. Dylan Bates has won 3 times. Carlson has won once, including last week. Mike Veith, your winner of the season opener at Daytona. Points as they run. 7-point gap from first to second. Everyone looking pretty good in the points, all the way down to Lucas Lyons, breaking up the rear. He's only attempted 1 race so far this season. Find your favorite driver. Let's see how well they do here tonight as the playoffs closing in fairly quickly. Bring up the schedule here on the screen. Only a handful of races left. Sonoma, Talladega, Rockingham before we set our championship. 12 Auto Club in Irwindale will be the site of the round of 12 break for the holiday season. Round of 8 resumes at Richmond and Kansas. Then we wrap it all up, Bristol and Las Vegas, to determine who will be your champion for the 9th season of the Original Rebels Racing League Sunday Night Truck Series. With about 45 seconds left to grid, have a quick look. The first award of the day, that of course being the Kinder Farm and Ranch Pole Award winner. That driver here today, Dylan Bates. Had a great season so far, won 3 times, all consecutively, I might add. Going to start on pole here tonight. Familiar running place for the driver of the 91. He's had a phenomenal season, and I'm fairly confident that'll continue here for the rest of this season. Got to thank Kinder Farm and Ranch for providing us the pole award for this season and last season as well. The first 2 on V-Speed. Thank you very much. Now we will flip over to the grid here in just a few seconds and let you know where everybody is going to start today's event. There we go, starting on the pole, Dylan Bates, Corey Bigley going to be alongside both drivers in the 29-second bracket. Starting 3rd tonight will be Kyle Martinson, Eric Tracy will start in 4th. 5th spot, Jacob Boehm, right beside Cody Boehm. 5th and 6th, they will share row number 3. Starting in 7th tonight, Kieran Church in the 22. Elliot Carlson will start 8th in the 09. 9th spot, Stephen Davis in the 60. Josh Oswald will start in 10th. 11th position tonight, Kyle Roberts in the 35. Brandon Wallace will start in 12th. 13th, we Tyler Rice. Christopher Heiner starts 14th. Rounding out your field today, Mike Veith will start shotgun on the field in the 15th position. Now let's get track side for that shot high above this New Hampshire Motor Speedway. All the trucks sitting on the front stretch. There they are, waiting to take off behind the pace truck, and they will do so right now. There's the field rolling by. Let's have a look at your race analysis while we have the moment. Race length 130 laps. Speed is 45 miles an hour. Easy to get caught speeding here. Also easy to miss the pit entry on this facility. 2 tire sets available. You got 1 on the truck, 2 in the pits. 2 green, white checker attempts if it comes to that. In New Hampshire, it almost always comes to that. 46 to 50 laps on fuel, making it an interesting strategy race. iRacing fixed setup and one fast repair, just in case the drivers require it. Everybody gets one to start. Hopefully they don't need them, but it's there just in case. Pace truck will take that sharp left-hand turn, hopefully not hit the barrels like they did in today's championship race for the Cup Series. But regardless, green flag in hand. The green flag is out, and we are live here at New Hampshire. Lap one will go to the pole sitter, Dylan Bates. From the first spot will retain the lead. The top four have not changed hands. First driver to make a pass here to 78. He's got around the 18. As Jacob Ames will lose a couple spots here on the opening start. See drivers using a couple different grooves on this racetrack already. Namely, the high line and a little bit of the middle. Don't really want to run the bottom here. See on board Martinson in the 51 or 07, depending on if you're scoring or not. Running right at tire tracks, Corey Bigley. So do down here. Or half a truck width higher than that 28. Gets a good run to the center. About inches here tonight. Trying to put your truck in the right spot. We got a car spinning in the back. There's that Stephen Davis. It was not Stephen Davis. I think it was Mike Beath, actually. Had a bit of a slide off of turn 4. He is doing all right at the moment. Special paint scheme on this truck, of course. This weekend being, or tomorrow being Veterans Day, Remembrance Day if you're in Canada. Thank all the veterans for their service. Back up. The top 10, Josh Oswald in 8. See a lot of consistency out of the 17. Still keeping at it. He's up 2 spots from his 10th place starting position, making him tied for biggest mover. Cody Boehm in the 78, who's also gained 2 spots. Not many other drivers have changed positions. Eric Tracy is down a couple. Elliott Carlson, Stephen Davis both down 1. Christopher Heiner's up 1. Tyler Rice down 1. 6 laps into the race here at New Hampshire. Let's ride on board with the leader in the cockpit and see what he's doing. See if he shifts or not. No shifting at this end of the racetrack. I don't imagine it's any different at the other end. No shifting there either. Dylan Bates. First side-by-side battle on the racetrack. Elliott Carlson, Stephen Davis. Higher exit there for the 09. Not gonna have momentum to get around the 60. Davis took that spot away. One thing I forgot to do, and silly me, I'm your host and producer, Morgan Cook. You're watching V-Speed. If you haven't already, like the video, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss a moment of the racing action that you can't find anywhere else. Original Rebels Racing League Sunday Night Truck Series is exclusive to V-Speed. Don't miss a moment of the racing action. Pretty calm and collected so far here at New Hampshire. Working lap number 10. Everybody about 2/10 apart. Or a little bit more. This is the closest battle on the racetrack. It's Cody Boehm and Jacob Boehm, 4th and 5th. Can the 18 do the back bumper of the 78? Not going to get anything right there. We said the 24 of Christopher Heiner passed Kyle Roberts for 12th. See timing and scoring there. Bottom right corner of your screen. Wall contact there for the 18. Touch out of the groove, maybe. A little bit higher than everyone else is running. Not hurting him too bad. A little loose off the corner as well. He's going to have to save those tires. This is, oh, that's a deep drive into the corner as well. This is looking like it's going to be a tire management kind of race based on this opening 11 laps. Nobody pushing terribly hard. Kyle Roberts going to fall back. He's now 3 down from where he started, from 11th to 14th. Mike Veith, the only truck behind him, opening of this race. I think tires are going to be very important here today. We are already half a second or so off of the fast laps set in this race. We've only been out here for a little under 15 laps. 18 sliding back a little bit. Eric Tracy on the prowl. That go bowling 67. Not able to pass that time. We have here turn number 3. Still unable to get around. This is a very difficult track to pass on. One of the more difficult on the circuit. It's up there with a Darlington kind of racetrack. It's predominantly single groove. You can make a second work, but it's not wide enough to pass it. You have to compromise both drivers' lines to be able to get around somebody. You can make life difficult. See, we've been working on each other here for multiple laps, still no closer to getting around the 18. The wall contact there, that is going to aid the 67. He'd be able to clear him into 3, not quite yet. As they're both chasing down Cody Boehm in 4th. Eric Tracy will slide up off the corner. He will take that spot away. Interesting, too, how the field is broken into distinct little groups. Bates and Bigley have pulled away by about 0.8 of a second over Kyle Martinson, all by his lonesome on an island. Then you have Boehm, Tracy, and Boehm fighting hard for 4, 5, and 6. Not quite settled yet as Eric Tracy goes down to the bottom. Try and take that spot away. Deep drive into the corner, a little bit of a block by the 78, just about contact there. Eric Tracy dives to the inside. He will clear off the corner. Here comes Jacob Boehm. Going to take advantage of Cody. Contact off of the corner. And that is a 2-for-1 in the wrong direction for Cody Boehm. Goes from 4th to 6th in the matter of half a lap. Although I do believe the 78 is faster than the 18 right now. We talked about little groups. Kieran and Church trying to merge 2 of those groups together as he has caught the trio in front of him. Slowly bringing Oswald and Davis with. That is 7, 8, 9 trying to battle with 4, 5, and 6. Elliot Carlson biding his time back in 10th. That was last week's winner at the Nashville Fairgrounds. Brandon Wallace right behind him, keeping him honest. Christopher Heiner finds himself in 12th. He's about 2.3 back. Behind him by 3/4 of a second is Tyler Rice. Another 2.4 back to Kyle Roberts. Another 3 back to Mike Veith. Oh, we got an issue here. 78 in the outside wall. Let's go back for your first on the South Leather wreckage. Rewind. Salted South Leather wreckage rewind. Let's try saying that with actual words this time. Let's try it one more time here. So all is good on the front stretch. This is a replay. See off the corner here, 18 goes way high, 78 goes pretty low. Just loose off the corner, snaps around on him, catches the wall. Pretty hard contact. Lose a number of spots. Back on the live shot here. He has lost about 5 positions. He's back to 11th and likely has damage. Christopher Heiner has caught up with Cody Bame. Battle for the lead continues to exist. Bates has led them all, but Corey Bigley is right on the back bumper. Top 2 qualifiers, top 2 runners in the race. We are about halfway through the fuel run, if I'm not mistaken. Let's toggle on our race analysis here. 46 to 50 on fuel is what I was told. Currently sitting at 22 laps on this run. This is the closest battle on the racetrack. It happens to be for your lead. See if Bigley's able to learn anything from behind your leader. First taker on pit road is Kyle Roberts. 35. In fact, I think he has just left the session, in fact. He's had enough of New Hampshire. Closing in on 100 laps to go tonight. Been a quick one, about as quick as you can hope for here in New Hampshire. Battle for the lead's heating up. Let's see, 2 different opinions of how to take these corners. 98, 91, apologies. Bit of a wider entry, diamond up in the middle, and then drive it down on the exit. 128 trying to enter high and chop the center. Wrap the bottom on the exit. It's an interesting play here. Going to run right on the seam. He's going to get to the inside. First time we've got a challenge for the lead all day. The gap is about a truck length between first and second, Bates and Bigley. Bigley's going to dive it down into 3. It will stick on the bottom, but not quite enough to get beside that Toyota Tundra leading the field. In fact, the top 4 all Toyota Tundras. Only one non-Tundra in the top 7, Jacob Bame, Chevy, currently in 6, just getting passed by Kieran Church in a Toyota. See if this pass will get completed down into 3. Slide job. It will not. Name on the outside, holding tough. Wow, that was a power move. To keep the 22 just to the inside, not let him clear. What happens here in turn 1? Are they able to figure it out any better? They're shot high above this racetrack. Church gets the drive off. He will reluctantly clear. He's going to get by him. Move Kieran Church to the top 5. Jacob Bame back to 6th. Back up front. Bigley still chasing down Bates. He can get to the inside. A little contact as well. Bigley wants that spot. What we know about the 128, or just now the 28, apologies, that was last year, not just the 28 now, is that he is a short track racer. That's his thing. He's a short track specialist. This is about the biggest short track that you can have. It races very much like a Richmond. That sort of save the tires, be patient, be precise, but it's a quarter mile longer than that Richmond Raceway down to Virginia. This is, as I would maintain, the largest track on the circuit. Phoenix being right up there with it. We saw Carlson get by Brandon Wallace for 9th. So now Brandon Wallace gatekeeping the top 10. 6/10 back to Cody Bain, who had that contact with the outside wall. Doesn't look like the truck is too damaged. Wallace a little loose off the corner. No harm, no foul for any drivers back here, just around the top 10. Bigley still working on him. What can the 28 do? Get by the 91. The back bumper of your leader. Bigley's there. He got the run off the corner. A little bit loose though, not going to be able to maintain. Big drive. Down to the inside. Still not able to get around him. That's got to be the most frustrating feeling, knowing you're faster or just as fast. You caught him, you've hung with him. You can get to the inside, but you can get no further. Might have to try going to the outside on one of these. But then how do you get to the outside of the 90 without being in the outside wall? That's part of the problem as well, as Oswald gets around. Jacob Bain. Stephen Davis in the picture as well. That's 6, 7, 8. As the 18 is fading on the long run here. Big slide. Trying to go top to bottom. Lost momentum. Deep dive into the corner. Can he complete the pass? Oh, wow. He forced his way through. I can't imagine Oswald's too happy with that. Might be steam coming out of the ear, the 17. So he just got used up for the 6th position. Another charge for the lead. Bates, Bigley. Still separated by about a truck length. Kyle Martinson is hung around 1.2 seconds behind him throughout this entire run. Will anybody undercut? Will anybody overcut? What is the plan here to make it to the end? You can go to just under 50 on fuel. You're going to need to two-stop this. When do you pit? That's the question. Still good battle back here. 6, 7, 8. Bain, Davis, and Oswald. Will be able to get an inch here. All separated by about 0.3 of a second between them. Stephen Davis with some connection issues. Kyle Roberts, the only driver off the racetrack. He will be scored in 13th to end tonight's race. Mike Veith, currently shotgun on the field, having some trouble getting into the corner. He is the last driver on the lead lap and the last driver running in this race. In front of him, Christopher Heiner, up 1 from where he started. He is 13th in that William Byron-esque truck. Tyler Rice is 12th, also at 1 spot. Cody Bain has lost 5, of course, with that wall contact off of turn number 2. As Jacob Bain just had a moment, still having a moment. What happened to the 18? Heavy contact, so now both of the Bains have had massive wall contact. Let's go back and figure out what happened here. Called South Leather Wreckage Rewind. For the second time tonight. Off of turn 4. Exactly the same thing that happened to Cody Bain, just the opposite end of the racetrack. Back to the live shot. Corey Bigley has taken the lead, at least for the moment. Can he complete the pass? He did not last time by. And a peek to the inside. Will Dylan Bates let him go, or will Dylan Bates fight him for it? It's like he will fight him for it. photo finish. We'll give that one to Dylan Bates again. If I'm not mistaken, 0 laps led for Bigley. Bates has fallen back to second. He's going to charge. Off of 2, big run. What will he do with it? He will take it to the inside. Same way he just lost the lead. Will he be able to get alongside? He will not. New leader, Corey Bigley. For the first time today, somebody besides Dylan Bates has led a lap here at New Hampshire. Great battle. Took 40 laps to make a pass here. Don't look now. Pit stops on the way. Might be able to get in a final race recap here. Not race recap, through the field. Apologies. We left off with Jacob Boehm in 10th. Just caught the wall. Brandon Wallace is up in 9th. Elliot Carlson right where he started in 8th. Josh Oswald is 7th. Stephen Davis, caution's out on the racetrack. Caution is out. It is Jacob Boehm. Jacob Boehm has gone around. Well, this takes the fun out of green flag pit stops because there won't be any for this stage of the race. Let's go check out what happened to the 18th. Salty South Leather wreckage rewind. Same spot as the last one. Loose off of 4 and around he goes. Little nose contact there. Not going to hurt him too bad. Let's ride on board. Listen to what a spin sounds like here at New Hampshire. You can see him wheeling it already. Just dead sideways. That is your Salty South Leather Wreckage Rewind, his 3rd one of the day. First one for a caution. Everyone going to bring it down pit road here for the first time tonight. 42 laps in. Few drivers missed the pit stall there. Everybody able to get their service done and leave their box cleanly. Dylan Bates with that first pit stall will get the lead back. Corey Bigley, you're going to have to work all over again to get that position. Tough work for the 28. Brandon Wallace gained a bunch of spots on that stop. He's up to 8th now. Maybe we should dial up driver 99. Brandon Wallace. Morgan up at the BSB booth. You got a copy.
Hey, what's up, Morgan?
Just checking in with some of the drivers throughout the field. P8 right now for you, up 4 spots from where you started. What's it going to take to get up there to be for a top 5 here tonight?
About 65 degrees of banking in this track.
Unfortunately, you don't get that. You get the prescribed 2 to 7. So
I know, it's terrible. I hate flat tracks too, so it's pretty rough. Them 2 guys up front are freaking short track aces. I don't think any, and you got to slide job somebody here to get around them. So
for sure.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough. I'm just trying to. I didn't have any practice, so I'm just trying to do the best I can.
Right, you going green here?
10-4, we're going green.
Okay, good luck.
Thank you, brother.
That's Brandon Wallace, driver number 99 here, running 8th in this race. Was expecting another pace lap. Apologies to him. He dives it off here into turn number 1. Oh, 18's around again. big slide for Jacob Babe. Second caution of the day. Let's see what caused this one. Salty South Leather wreckage rewind. 3 wide in front of him. Just got a little overzealous, I think, off the corner. And good job not hitting anything, but yeah, just loose off a 2. Saved it. So we'll spun it around without hitting anything is what I mean by saved it. But no harm, no foul for the 18. He'll just lose the track position and maybe take some of the goodie out of those tires. That was your Salty South Leather wreckage rewind. Second one of the day. A little race recap for you. 2 cautions, 2 lead changes. And a new driver in second. How about Kyle Martinson? Scored as the 07, showing as the Kyle Busch-esque 51. Look at the weather as well. 81 degrees on the track temp, so nothing too outrageous, but still a little bit hotter than some of these drivers would like. Track with not much grip to begin with. Running on board currently with Tyler Rice. Currently in the 11th position. Gained 2 from his 13th starting spot. Last driver on old tires. Old being 4 laps old. Elliott Carlson, Jacob Bain, Mike Feith have all pit. Everybody else stays out on this, the most recent caution and the second caution. Elliott Carlson trying to play some fuel numbers. Remember, we can go 46 to 50 on a full tank of fuel. Meaning from here, you would need to take at least 1 more stop. You could potentially do 2 stops if you really wanted to. I don't know why you would do that, but strange things have happened. I imagine we'll see drivers on pit road again. If it goes green, around that lap, 96, 95, that area. That would run this tank all the way out, get you the freshest tires for the end. Undercut is possible, though I don't know if it will be fruitful because it's so darn hard to pass here this evening. Ace truck will glide by the barrels. Here he goes. Field in the hands of Dylan Bates. Good launch. High line got a great launch that time. Martinson to the back bumper. Now under fire from Bigley. Bigley going to try and clear Church. He will not. Church can get to the outside. Battles on for third. Kieran Church goes all the way to the high line. Eric Tracy might get around the 22. Oh, the 18's in the wall again. Massive wall contact for Jacob Bain that time. Straight behind Mike Veith. Cody Bain under fire from Brandon Wallace. And then Stephen Davis, Eric Tracy. As Kieran Church has cleared the 67. Everybody lined up, nose to tail right now. Bates has pulled out to his biggest lead of the day, about half a second. This time over Kyle Martinson, Corey Bigley in third. And have a tall task of getting around that 07/51. Kieran Church currently in fourth, and then behind him is a pack of drivers. Kieran Church all the way back to Christopher Heiner in 10th. That's 4th to 10th, all separated by about 1.3 seconds. That is the gap from first to fourth. So that tells you just how close all these drivers are. You can see it all on the screen right there. Eric Tracy trying to go around Stephen Davis. Can he get to the inside here? He will not. Might be able to inch up here in the corner. Not able. No dice. That time by. Jacob Boehm again off the racing line. Wallace and Heiner. Wallace going to lose that spot. Heiner clears him. Unfortunately, we do not have 65 degrees of banking here for Mr. Wallace. Best we can muster is 7 degrees, which is less banked than Indianapolis, one of the very few tracks on the schedule that are less banked than Indianapolis. I think this might be the flattest track, actually, where the NASCAR goes to. If I'm not mistaken. A couple drivers who aren't minding it. Bates, Martinson, and Bigley. Your top three. Kieran Church as well has turned up the wick a little bit. All those drivers within about 1.2 seconds of each other. What does Kieran Church see? Running kind of a third groove here. Interesting line. You can see a lot of drivers really fighting on loose condition off the floor. We've seen the 18 struggle today. Seen a few other drivers. Obviously enough tire marks off the corner to say that it's definitely not an easy corner to get off of. Cody Bain trying to get around Eric Tracy. Remember the 78 on that rebound from that tough spin. Or that wall contact ball was off the 2. A few laps ago, Kieran Church, I think, caught the outside wall there. Lost a little bit of ground to the 2 in front of him. Close in about halfway in this race. Dylan Bates has led most of the laps, 52 of the 57 we've run. Kyle Martinson currently in the second spot. Contested, though, by Corey Bigley, who was the other driver in the lead laps tonight. Kieran Church finds himself in 4th. Stephen Davis is up to 5th. Eric Tracy in 6th. Cody Bain down to 7th. Josh Oswald is up to 8th. Christopher Heiner, your big mover so far, he is up to 9th right now, up 5 spots. Brandon Wallace is in 10th. Elliot Carlson currently in 11th, just biding his time. Tyler Rice in P12, Mike Beath in 13th. Jacob Boehm and Kyle Roberts have elected to retire their vehicles this evening. We had a pass for second under that rundown. Bigley and Martinson have swapped second and third. Can the 28 chase down Dylan Bates? Remember, on that first run, it took him about 40 laps to pass him, although it was never more than about 3/10 back. Now he's got to make up just under a second. See, the gap is dwindling. Was about a second, now under 9/10. See off the corner. 91 gets that great run, but entry through the center. Big gains for the 28. This will be a fun one to watch. For the conclusion of this run, however long it may be. It's now down to 3/4 of a second. Kyle Martinson's fallen back to the clutches of Kieran Church. 3rd and 4th. Clearly 2 trucks. The class of the field here tonight. Bates and Bigley. They are running. Bigley is the fastest truck on the racetrack at a 30.5. Bates at a 30.6. Nobody else really in that bracket. 30.7s and 8s for the rest of the field here tonight. If Stephen Davis and Eric Tracy can get around Martinson and Kieran Church, they might have a shot at Bigley, but nobody is touching Bates' lap times right now. That time Bates ran faster. He ran a 30.50. Bigley ran a 30.60. Tough sledding from here on out to try and catch up to your leader who has dominated the race, and really very much the season as well. Remember, 3 wins already on this young season, this being race number 6. Those 3 were consecutive races 2, 3, and 4. I want to remind everybody this series brought to you by Golden, Suzuki, Honda, Kawasaki, Yamaha, and KTM. Thank you for your continued support here at the Original Rebels Racing League Sunday Night Truck Series. Always nice to have sponsors along for the ride. Someone to share the excitement with as we just close in on halfway here. 1 pit stop remains. As you see trucks sliding off the corner. Good battle here. Cody Bain, Josh Oswald, Christopher Heiner, and Brandon Wallace all running right together. That is 7 through 10. Not too much going on the racetrack right now. Fairly large gaps between all the competitors. The closest one is here, Oswald and Cody Bain. Of course, Jacob Bain had retired the truck this evening, so only 1 Bain left in this race. Oswald all over the back bumper. Anything he can do. We really only see 2 trucks have trouble tonight. It's a bad night to have the last name of Bain. 78 started it off right here. Loose off of 2, piled into the outside wall. Minimal damage on that truck. And of course, Jacob Bain a few times off of turn 4 before eventually deciding to take that truck to the pit lane this evening. But everyone else just trying to hang on to these trucks. Only a few haven't really had issues tonight. Your leader and your top 3, really. Only driver that haven't seen the outside wall at some point tonight. That is a look through your field. Your top 12, Mike Veith finds himself a little farther back. About 7 seconds behind Tyler Rice. About half a lap down to the leader at the moment. But if it continues on this way, he might just grab a top 10 through attrition. They don't ask how, they just ask how many. I think it's time for your first award of the night. This one will be, that's the wrong button, No Next Fast Repair Hard Charger award. Hopefully I didn't jinx anything for Christopher Heiner with that little gaffe there, but he has gained 5 positions, the most of any driver tonight. That is your No Next Fast Repair Hard Charger of the race award as we run 70 of 130 laps. Christopher Heiner showing he can get around New Hampshire and pass trucks. Doing a great job so far this evening. Thank you to No Next Fast Repair for sponsoring the Hard Charger award once again. Just over halfway. Just over halfway in the fuel run as well. Drivers just now probably thinking about what the pit strategy is. In about 10 laps, 12 laps, you should be able to stretch it to the end. Is that what drivers will do? They only have two sets of tires tonight. Everyone has already taken the first one. Do you be aggressive? Actually, do you be conservative and take the tires on your next pit stop, or do you save them for a potential big caution later in the race? We're about 0.8 off the pace throughout the field right now. Fast lap to last lap. What do you do? As we have the final 65 laps for you on tap here. Oswald trying to work over Cody Bame. See the 78 slip the track just a little bit, get a good diamond off. Now Martinson on pit road, first taker. Has he left the session potentially? He's got a lap down. Something happened to the 07. That's going to cost him a really good finish. He was up there in third. He has now left the session, disconnected. Hate to see that. Mike Veith going to gain another spot. He's up to 12th now. Kyle Martinson retiring from the session. The battle is on, though, for the lead. It's now half a second. Bates to Bigley. Familiar sight for Dylan Bates, looking back and seeing that 28 truck been hounding him all night. Wall contact on entry there. Clearly, Bigley's been the fastest truck on the long run all night tonight. Does he have what it takes? Get up there and pass him, and this time, can he retain the lead off of pit road? Remember, he took the lead at the end of that long run, came to pit road as the leader, lost the lead on the pit exchange, has yet to have the lead back. He only led 4 laps before the caution came out. Does he have what it takes this time by? Uses the seam to de-wedge the truck a little bit. And it's under half a second. No other truck in the zip code here tonight. You have a good one. Back here, Wallace, Carlson, Rice, 9, 10, 11. Piner as well in that group. Brandon Wallace up to 9th in the 99. Got a whole bunch of Elliott Carlson right behind him, though. Going to be tough to keep the 09 behind them. 09 also one of those short track guys. Still door to door. Tyler Rice might make it 3 wide into turn number 3. Would not advise that. Crossover. No. No dice for Brandon Wallace. Now we've got a battle of admins. Wallace and Rice. Rice gonna do a slide job. Complete that pass. Wallace back to 11th. Rice up to 10th. A little further in front of this group. Oswald and Bame still fighting for it. Nobody able to get the spot. This is for 6th. Eric Tracy about 2 1/4 up the road. The gap for the lead increasing slowly. Bates has extended up to 6.5 of a second. Kieran and Church about 3.1 back. Davis another 1.5 back of him. 0.8 back to Tracy. Then this group 2 seconds behind. 8.5 seconds total behind your leader. This is Josh Oswald and Cody Bame. See a lot of drivers driving very deep into turn number 1. get a good run off, it's all worth it. Doing the line they call the diamond. Enter low, slide up in the center, wait for the truck to turn, and then just accelerate straight off the corner, as straight as you can. This helps save the tires, don't need as much wheel in it. But also can slow down your center of the corner as Oswald, aggressive move to the inside. He will clear, finally. Is all the way down to the apron for the 78. He's going to get back around. Contact. Most aggressive battle we've seen all day for 6th, with just under 50 laps remaining. Oswald now is the preferred line, going to get him loose. Bigley now going to, not Bigley, apologies, Bain now going to fall back to Heiner and company. Great move. Heiner going to cross over the 09. Brandon Walls has fallen back a little bit. Last driver on the lead lap. He is now in 11th. Mike Veith just hit pit road. He's the only driver multiple laps down. He is now 2 laps down because of that pit service. Although he is the first driver, by my understanding, to be able to make it on fuel. Nobody else has pit in the last 40 laps. Can make it to the end on fuel from here by my calculations. Under. Right around here. About 45 to go. Bring up that analysis on the screen here. 46 to 50 is what they can go on fuel, so probably another 5 laps wouldn't hurt if you can manage it. Bring it down the pit lane, get your final service of the day, get those fresh tires, and put the charge on. Mike Veith. See where he's running right now. He currently is slotted in between 2nd place Bigley and 3rd place Church. Kind of lap times he able to put together. His last one was about 0.2 faster than the leader. So he is a decent amount behind your top 2, which has stabilized at about 0.6 of a second. See this time what new tires are worth. On the 9, who's the fastest truck on the racetrack. A time of 30.7, your leader at a 30.9. So tires definitely worth something. Tyler Rice all over the back bumper of Elliott Carlson. Carlson, get the inside of Babe. Babe going to fall back. He'll fall back 2 spots. We saw this earlier in the race. It's like a little bit of a loose condition for the 78. Will he hit pit road here? He will hit pit road. So will Oswald. Stephen Davis as well. First shots fired in terms of strategy. Davis just had a disappearing. There he is. He's back. Lap 88. When most of the leaders hit pit road. Some of the leaders hit pit road, I should say. Let's not be overzealous, of course. Kieran Church going to hit pit road now. He was 3rd. Carlson to 4th, staying out. Tyler Rice on pit road as well. Christopher Heiner, Brandon Wallace of all pit. Your top 4, the only drivers to not hit the pit lane yet. Bates, Bigley, Tracy, and Carlson. Tracy hitting pit road right now. Carlson follows suit. He will not. Carlson has the most fuel in the tank, although it is not a ton more than anybody else. Not enough to make a difference, I would think. Back up front, Bates continues to lead. He can go maybe a couple more. He will pit this time by. Aggressive entry. Kieran Church going to unlap himself. Willie Carlson pit this time. He does not, as he will take over the lead once he cycles out to the lead here. leader, Elliot Carlson. See how it cycles out. Bates on pit road, Bigley right behind him. Who gets off pit road first? Who had the better stop? Putting on the right sides here. Bates easily gets that jump. That's going to be about a second and a half potentially once it all cycles out. Yeah, Bigley is even going to be behind Kieran Church, the undercut working to perfection for driver 22. He will not get your leader though. Elliot Carlson still out on the racetrack. Trying for a caution, maybe flip the track position. He should still have a set of tires left, my understanding. And can probably go another 5 laps before pitting. He's going to pit this time anyway. Throw it out the window. The 09 is on pit road. What will this cost him? As we'll see Bates in the background here very shortly. Bates off turn 4 will take the lead back. Bigley got around Church. That is going to be for second once they clear Elliot Carlson right now. Carlson back to 4th. He will lose more spots than that. He's back to 8th is Elliot Carlson. Might get passed by Tyler Rice. He will get passed by Tyler Rice. That is going to stop the free fall of the 09. He is back to 9th. Slightly fresher tires, but I don't think it's going to make that much of a difference. Heiner is 10th, Wallace 11th, Mike Veith still a lap down in 12th. Field has certainly separated now. The pit stop cycle is over. Everyone can make it to the end on fuel. Let's go through your field. Dylan Bates has led the most laps tonight, 87. Circuit's going to be 88 as he crosses the line this time by. Second to him is Corey Bigley, who's led 4, the only driver to lead laps today, not under the pit cycle. He is in 2nd. Kieran Church is up to 3rd. Stephen Davis is in 4th. Cody Boehm up to 5th after a roller coaster day so far. Eric Tracy in 6th. Josh Oswald is 7th. Tyler Rice is in 8th. Elliot Carlson led 2 laps under the pit cycle. He is 9th. Christopher Heiner is P10. Brandon Wallace in 11th. This is the closest battle on the racetrack. And 12th is Mike Veith, 1 lap down, still right in front of Kieran Church in between 2nd and 3rd positions. Kyle Martinson, Jacob Boehm, Kyle Roberts have elected to retire their vehicles tonight early. They will finish 13, 14, and 15 respectively. Hard luck award tonight, I'd have to give, I think, to the 07 of Kyle Martinson. Truck was running well up in the top 3, second for a little while, never did lead a lap tonight. Started in 3rd, and unfortunately, the 07 going to finish 13th behind the wall. He will be your Rice Farms Hard Luck Award. Kyle Martinson in the 07. I don't have a graphic for him since he's left the session already, but that is who it would be. Let's try this here. There it is, Kyle Martinson. Going to be your Rice Farms Hard Luck Award winner. Unfortunate for the driver of the 07. Back to your leader. Dylan Bates out to a 2.8 second lead over Corey Bigley. There's your leader. That's the gap back to 2nd. Wallace and Heiner still fighting for 10th. They get right to the back bumper. Can he get any closer? Big dive to the inside here for Wallace. Going to use the apron. We get alongside Christopher Heiner. Drag race down the front stretch. The Raptor 24 has the spot right now. But the Reaper's trying to take it. Wallace fall back to 11th again. Charge unsuccessful. 30 laps remain here at New Hampshire. Little race recap for you. 2 cautions, 4 lead changes, 1 under green, 3 under a pit cycle. Been a good race so far tonight. 12 trucks remaining on the racetrack. Look at the weather as well. Not much has changed since the start of this race. +1 degree on the track temp. As Wallace trying to turn it up a little bit higher. Another deep dive into 3. Not able to get around the 24, even alongside the 24. Another close battle a little further up the racetrack. Tracy and Bain. This is for 5th. Eric Tracy, not the day he's wanted so far. Same can be said for Cody Bain, who obviously had the first real incident of the race, just about had the second one right there. No contact, no harm, no foul for either of those drivers. We expect to see Eric Tracy typically running up in the top 3. Has not been the case here tonight. Bates and Bigley have had the field covered. Stephen Davis on the pit stop was able to come out in 3rd. We're ahead of Kieran Church, who did a aggressive undercut, did not work for him. Then Cody Bain and Eric Tracy 5th and 6th as they run. Closest battle on the racetrack, most certainly. In fact, the 3 closest trucks on the racetrack, all in your frame. Tracy to the outside. Haven't seen much of this tonight. Have not seen a truck try and pass on the outside. There's a lot of defending on the outside. He will easily clear. 78's going to give it to him. They're all running up there in that extreme high line. Remember, no PJ1 on this racetrack. No resin or grip strip or whatever you want to call it. Awesome sauce, as Joey Logano calls it. It's just the banking is the only thing that's different. Very flat, 2 degrees on the bottom, 7 degrees where everyone is running tonight. As Tracy's going to go clear. Kieran and Church here, this is for 4th. They both wheel it off into turn number 1. Big loose for the 22, who has a little bit older tires than the rest of the field. He hit it a little earlier than most other drivers. He's trying to get an advantage. Not working out right now, although he is in 5th, so end of the day, looking like a pretty good move for the 22. Eric Tracy, fastest truck on track. Apologies, Corey Bigley, fastest truck on track. Last time by, trying to chase down the leader. It's now down to 2 1/4. But it might be too little too late, as we've only got just over 20 laps to go. Mame, Church, pulled away from Oswald by about a second. Wallace and Heiner have not figured it out yet. Wallace rocking the extreme high line. Going to rip the lip, as it were. See what he does down here in turn number 1. Oh, he's going all the way for it. A little downshift too. Oh boy. Look at that diamond. I think if he could get it hooked up off the corner, that could be a passing line. Drops the gear. A little bit of an odd time to shift up, but I'm not driving the truck, I'm just commentating it. That's the battle for 10th. It's a good one. Close in on 20 to go here at New Hampshire. Oswald and Church. Church falling quickly. Interestingly enough, Oswald has older tires than Kieran and Church does. Elliot Carlson going to try and grab 7th as well here in the coming laps. 6 through 9 have closed in on each other, separated by about 2 seconds. Every other truck, save for Wallace and Heiner, have pretty large gaps between them, seconds or more. Dylan Bates continues to lead, not missing anything up at the front. The gap is stabilized at 2.3 seconds. Carlson with a deep drive into the corner. He will clear the 22 for now. Kieran and Church not enough drive off to get back to him. Take another dive into the corner, slide job of the opposite variety. Not this time. Church gonna hang on to 8. At the moment, you see the hands working. The 22 is driving that thing. All trucks downshifting now, it seems like. That's more of a traditional place to shift up, is when you're back on the straightaway. Something happened to Dylan Bates. The lead closed down by about half a second over the last couple laps, closed down by half a second over the last couple laps. It's now 2 seconds, 1.8 as they run. Did Bigley find something? Did Bates lose something? They've only got about 17 laps to figure it out. Can Bigley be a tenth faster? He was that time. Can he do it for the rest of this race? He'll get right to the back bumper, but will he be able to pass him? We're just gonna have to find out. Really, nobody's at that part of the racetrack. Boehm, Oswald, Carlson fighting 5, 6, 7. Oswald being held up by Cody Boehm. One thing we have not done yet, we have not done the Best Appearing Paint Award, and I think that belongs to none other than Mike Veith. The Veith 3D Printing Best Appearing Paint Award on the weekend of Veterans Day and Remembrance Day must be a military-inspired scheme, I would think. Thank you to all the veterans out there. That is your Veith 3D Printing Best Appearing Paint Award. Back up to the battle for 5th. $15 to go. Few battles have yet to be decided. Brandon Wallace has cleared Christopher Heiner as well. We looked at that battle earlier. Wallace now 4 tenths up on Heiner. Wallace hangs on to the top 10 for the moment. Brandon Wallace. Oh, heavy contact for the 99. Oh no. That is going to destroy the day. What is going on here? What happened to Brandon Wallace? So this is off of 4. Heiner's right behind him. I think we're 1 lap ahead of where this happens. Salty South Leather Wreckage Rewind here in the closing laps. Still green on the racetrack. I'll keep you apprised if anything happens there. What happened to Brandon Wallace? Off of turn 4 a couple laps ago. Heard the downshift. Oh, just caught the wall at a weird spot. Had a bit of a disconnection issue. Appeared with a damaged truck. That's interesting. Back to the live shot. That was your Salty South Leather Wreckage rewind. Don't look now. But Bigley is only a second back of the leader with 10 to go. The 10 to lap thing is working. As Carlson has cleared Babe and Oswald. As these two, for what feels like the 120th lap tonight, have been side by side, or at least in the vicinity of each other. Cannot get away from each other. 10 laps remain. Tyler Rice on a heater has caught this group as well. He's trying to get up to the 6th position. What does Tyler Rice do? Which is the outside wall just a little bit. Even it up for that trio. Running the extreme high line. I'll let himself Brandon Wallace do. He's going to get alongside the 78. He might clear into 1. Terrific line some of these drivers are finding. Move Rice up to 7. Bigley had a shot at it. This lap not going to be as good as the previous ones. It's under 8/10, but just barely. He needs to find something in the tank right now. The rear bumper of Dylan Bates. Can Bigley get there? Or will Bates cap off this dominant day? He's led 117 circuits so far. Only a few left to lead as Rice has moved up to 6th. Oswald down to 7th. Tony Bain to 8th. Kieran Church falls down to the 9th position. First driver lap down, Christopher Heiner in 10th. Brandon Wallace 3 down in 11th. Mike Beath 9 down in 12th. Three-quarters of a second, all that separates your top two. I don't know what more Corey Bigley can do, but he's going to have to figure it out very quickly. He's trying the low line, right on the seam. Not going to work that time, and your leader was faster. The gap going the wrong direction for the 28. Loose off the corner for Bates that time. It's under 7/10 now. See, no pressure out the back. It's 14 seconds in front of Stephen Davis with 4 laps to go. Could be another one of those all-time Original Rebels Racing League finishes. We saw one at Daytona earlier in the year. We saw one last year at Homestead with Lucas Lyons and Elliot Carlson. Half a second. Coming to 3 to go. 28's definitely faster. But does he have enough? A little wiggle off the corner cost him dearly. The gap now back up to 7/10 of a second. Can Bates hang on? Bigley much better off of 2. Bates much better off of 4. Two and a quarter miles to go. White flag next time by. Here at New Hampshire. Bame and Kieran Church fight for 8th. Church got it from the 78. One more time around for Dylan Bates. Bigley trying all he can. The gap is 0.4 of a second. He's not going to get there. White flag is out for the 91. Dominant Day led 123. Looks like he will lead 124 of the 130 laps tonight. Low side to protect the lead. Off of turn 4. Dylan Bates is going to win in New Hampshire. Dominant Day. 124 of 130 laps led. 124 laps led of 130. How about? Unbelievable numbers. Set the fast lap of the race, won the pole. Pretty much a perfect day for the 91, who has had a lot of those recently. Fourth win of the year. Easily the playoff favorite. Dylan Bates put on a show tonight. We will chat with him, Corey Bigley and Stephen Davis, when we come back. You've been watching V-Speed. Original Rebels Racing League Sunday Night Truck Series, presented by Golden, Suzuki, Honda, Kawasaki, Yamaha, and KTM. We'll be back for the Flexible Freight Solution post-race show after a quick word from our sponsors.
Here comes Milo, big run out of 4. He's going to be there.
Tristan Martin's there. Cannot count out to 37.
Oh!
No, gets burned!
Cabot, where did he come from?
Here
comes Zwack.
A punch from the 33.
It's a drag race.
The Magic Man wins it Auto Club.
Welcome everybody back in to the Flexible Freight Solutions post-race show here on V-Speed. Just wrapped up 130 laps here at New Hampshire. 2 cautions, 4 lead changes. Was a good one here tonight for the Original Rebels Racing League Sunday Night Truck Series. Dylan Bates from the pole led 124 times to win the race here for his 4th win of the season. Corey Bigley, too little, too late, comes home with 3/10 short after starting in 2nd and leading 4 laps. Stephen Davis in 3rd. First of the rest, I would say, as the top 2 were very clearly the class of the field. Eric Tracy in 4th. Elliot Carlson squeaks out a top 5. Tyler Rice 6th for the 6. Josh Oswald in 7th. Cody Boehm 8th. Kieran Churches 9th after a call gone wrong. Christopher Heiner, first driver 1 lap down, in the 10th position. Brandon Wallace had a top 10 going until a late race incident forced him to 11th, 3 laps down. Mike Veith, 12th by attrition. Kyle Martinson left early. He finishes 13th. Jacob Boehm had issues early in this race. He will finish 14th. And Kyle Roberts with connection issues will finish in 15th, 108 laps off the pace. That is a look at your results here for this race tonight. Now let's have a look at your top 3 finishers, this time starting off with third place, Stephen Davis. Get third place finisher here up in the booth. Stephen Davis, Morgan up in the V-Speed booth. You got a copy.
Yes, I do, sir. How are you on this fine Sunday?
I am doing quite all right on this fine Sunday. Not quite as good as the driver of the 60 who was able to maneuver his way up 6 positions and claim the third place finish in this race. Why don't you just walk me through what this race was like from your seat?
I really didn't know what to expect. I really didn't have speed in practice. I felt like it's one of the slower trucks. So I usually always run decent in New Hampshire. I figured maybe I could get them in the long run. And for whatever reason, when the race started and the race got going, my truck just got faster and faster. And I started putting lap times comparable to the leaders. And I was able to pick my way through the field, avoid a couple accidents. I know the 18 ate the wall and nearly ate his rear after he smoked it. And I just ran a good, clean race overall.
Right on. Yeah, definitely had some tense moments working through the field, as everybody does, you know, when you have to work forward through various trucks. But you were able to make it look pretty easy tonight. And then at the end there, you pitted earlier than anybody else. You and Josh Oswald pitted with 42 to go. What was the thinking pitting earlier than everybody else and not on the tail end of that run?
Oh, well, here's my thinking. I underestimated what I got on fuel. For some reason, I was thinking I was getting 45 laps to the good, and I was only getting maybe 39, 40. So I thought I screwed myself there for a second. And the second thinking was I was hoping the guys in front of me would take no tires in case we got a caution, because I took my last 7 last stop. And then that way, I hopefully will be able to drive up there and challenge them. Because I think the 22 took fuel only, and that's how I got around him for third. But kind of had a feather there for the few laps there to make sure I made it, because when I took the checker flag, I had less than a lap left to good. So not too shabby.
Right, it looks like the pit crew was doing their job. Got the fuel calculations just right for Stephen Davis here tonight. Third place finish. Who do you want to thank or shout out while we got you up here in the V-Speed booth?
I'll give a shout out to the admins that put this on every week. The shout out to the millions and millions that watch us every week on V-Speed. Shout out to you, Mr. Cook, for hosting the race every week. And give a shout out to JS Design that keeps hooking me up with these rusty throwbacks. He does awesome work, and I'm very happy with him.
I like the make sure to go vote throwback. Little late, but hey, better late than never, right?
You never know.
well, that's for another time. Anyway, congratulations. We don't need to get political here on V-Speed. We try and stay as independent as we can. But congratulations, Stephen.
You have to admit it's a good looking scheme.
It's a good scheme. Don't get me wrong. It's a beaut for sure. But congratulations, Stephen Davis, for third place here at New Hampshire tonight.
See you peeps next week.
All right, we'll move up the grid 1 spot to second place, that being Corey Bigley. Corey, Morgan up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, I got you.
All right. So, started second, ran behind the 91 pretty much all day. You passed him once. You had a shot at him. What went wrong under that pit stop that gave the lead back to the 91?
I didn't get on pit road that hard enough. That's only my struggle right here. That's the only thing I have to work on, just my pit stops. And I know I have to work on that. I didn't work on it in practice, but it's all right. And then I was in the wrong gear, and I had to shift down into first. But I was kind of saving a little bit more on that short run too, a little bit, because I knew he would. When he ran a hard lap, I kind of was still pacing or kind of saving my tires a little bit more. But if I went like 5 laps earlier, we would have had a race on our hands.
Yeah, you got within 3/10, well, just over 3/10 of a second. You closed it down from 2.7 at one point on that run, so clearly had the faster truck. Just not quite enough time. If this race went done maybe 10 laps longer, things would have well, probably would have to pit again, but things would have changed regardless in the way this thing finished out. But you were able to pass him. It took you a while on that opening run to get around him. Was most of that just you sizing up kind of what he had and maybe trying to force the issue a little bit and see if you could force him into a mistake?
No, I just was kind of pacing with him because I want to see what he was doing and not burn my stuff up because I know a lot of guys chase guys in the corner. And I know I didn't really chase him. I kind of was trying to be a little easier on my tires at first. And 'cause I kind of, in practice, I kind of made like 25 lap run and I kind of see where I was at. And then I also figure something out in practice in the 1 and 3. I figured out the bottom line, like how I can get in the corner. And then I know I was the only one down there running there. And it just, for me down there, it wouldn't really burn the tires up that fast as like all these guys would run up top. And I just rolled in there. Sometimes if I overdrove it, I would miss the bottom a little bit, but I can still get a good run up in the center, but it still would hurt the right front a little bit more. But towards the end, I was just like with 20 go, I just started driving really hard, and I'm like, okay, I started taking big chunks out of it. I was like 2/10 a lap, 3/10 a lap. Then I kind of messed up with 4 to go. I got a little loose, and that kind of hurt me a little bit. And we were about even. And then I kind of calmed myself back down and just started driving really hard again and hit my marks and almost got there. Just me and Base run really good. We're teammates, and I know how when I rolled underneath them early, it's just so hard to get on past on the bottom with these trucks because it bogs down so hard, and that's why it took me like 4 or 5 laps because I finally got a good run off of 2 by him, and I kind of rolled and I started driving away. It was like 2/10, 2 to about 2.5 tenths faster at that run, and then the yellow came out, and I was like, okay, because I knew we had to pit soon, and I pitted, and then I didn't. I got on pit road good, but I didn't get off pit road that well. Like he beat me off the pit road, and then I didn't really get a good restart the next time, and I fell to third, and I hurt the tires a little too hard than I wanted to. But I still was closing in that second run, and then third run, like I said, I was trying to just save a little early, and then I should have gone 5 laps earlier, but I'm learning there, and I know I have to go 5 laps earlier, and I knew I could have maybe raced them for the win a little bit harder.
All in all, pretty good day for you, Mr. Bigley, coming home in second after starting second, led a couple laps. That'll help in the points and all that. But I know you want that win. Maybe next time out here at, I don't recall where we are next week. Sonoma, maybe. Well,
Yeah,
we'll
I'm
look
not
at the
that good a
schedule.
road guy. I'm not that good a road guy. I'm decent. But this helps me with the points and all that. Yep. Try to get a win so I get locked in. Almost had it last week too. Was about a second ahead, and we had a yellow in front. I had a wreck in front. I know I couldn't talk with you last week, but I had a second on the guy, and I knew it was hard to pass, and I got out front early last week and had a caution with 20 go, and I didn't want the caution because then I messed the truck up in that wreck, and it wouldn't turn that well. But I learned and just I knew I was good the last week too, and it happens. It's racing, but yeah, I thought I was going to get one this week.
Hey, all good. Always next time out, right? But really looking really good in the points right now. Who do you want to thank? Who do you want to shout out for second place here at New Hampshire tonight?
Just you guys for putting this on, Morgan, for you broadcasting this. V Speed. I gotta thank. I don't know what the sponsors are. I know there's a lot of sponsors for this series. Just original Rebels Racing, putting this on. Tyler, Cody, Brandon, all them just putting this on for every year. And I don't know if this is my 3rd year or so in this, getting faster and faster. And just all my VMS guys, VMS Motorsports, just all our guys. Just is fun racing. I love when we had all long runs, and that just fits my style.
Yeah, for sure. It was a good one tonight. Congratulations, Corey, on second place here at New Hampshire.
All right, thank you. Have a good night, Morgan.
You bet. You as well. All right, now to the top step of the podium. Your winner, Dylan Bates. Dylan, Morgan up in the V-Speed victory lane. You got a copy.
I gotcha.
For the fourth time this season, we've seen the 91 dominate a race. This time, the flat New Hampshire Motor Speedway. Will the dominance ever stop? Will you save any for anybody else, or are you just going to go out there and win them all for the rest of the season?
Well, winning pays more points, so it is better to win them.
It does pay.
Corey ran a great race tonight, man. He about got that one from me. The flat tracks aren't quite my forte, so he's had it figured out and had it rolling.
Yeah, could have fooled me and everybody else on the racetrack tonight. He led 124 of 130 laps. Yeah, flat tracks aren't my thing. Qualified on pole, set the fast lap. I mean, everything you can ask for. Max Verstappen would say it was simply lovely. Just another dominant effort for you tonight. How far ahead, and this is just kind of a mindset question for you. Obviously, you've won 3 times this year, all 3 in a row. Now you've won the 4th one after a week or so break from winning, I mean. Now, how far ahead are you looking? Are you looking to round 1 of the playoffs, or are you still focused on next week?
I'm still focused on the next week. I just try to take it race by race, especially next week with Sonoma coming up. That's going to be a totally different animal for everybody, a road course. So I'm not real confident in my abilities for that, so we'll see how that goes. But, yeah, you just got to take it week by week. When the playoff gets here and, if you win a round of the playoffs early in the round and, then you can take a week off kind of and just focus ahead to the next round of the playoffs. But during the season, you're trying to win everything you can and just do what you can.
Well, you're doing a pretty good job of winning everything you can. You've got 4 of them out of 6, so that's those are good numbers for you. So congratulations on that. But anyone you want to shout out, anyone you want to thank while we got you up here in Victory Lane?
Yeah, just all the guys that put on this league, Tyler Rice and Cody and Brandon, all the guys involved. And all the guys at Velocity Motorsports, it's a fun group to race with. Me and Corey went 1 and 2, and all the other guys that were in the field tonight. It's just a fun group to race with, and glad we were able to pick up another one.
Gotcha. Last question for you. What's your nickname?
I don't know that I have one.
It's got to be the Dominator. We're getting there.
Well, there you go. I'll let you coin that.
Golly, it's been a great season. For driver 91, Dylan Bates, congratulations on win number 4 of the season, this time at New Hampshire.
Thank you.
All right, that's going to wrap it up for the Flexible Freight Solutions post-race show. Thanks to them, again, for being a season-long sponsor here on V-Speed of the Original Rebels Racing League Sunday Night Truck Series. But that is going to wrap it up for our coverage this evening. This was another presentation of the Original Rebels Racing League Sunday Night Truck Series, presented by Golden, Suzuki, Honda, Kawasaki, Yamaha, and KTM. It's a fun one tonight, primarily clean and green. Have a look ahead. Sonoma, next week, 30 laps from that twisty and turny road course out there in Northern California. Should be an interesting event. I don't know how many of these guys are road course racers, but we're about to find out in 1 week time. Make sure to stay tuned here on V-Speed. But for everybody who makes this show possible, Brandon Wallace, Tyler Rice, and Cody Bame for being admins of the Original Rebels Racing League here on this Sunday night. Need to thank everyone at V-Speed behind the scenes, Bradley, Eddie, and Adam, all the other producers and admins. I've been Morgan Cook, your host and producer tonight. You've been watching V-Speed. If you haven't already, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss a moment of the racing action. Hit that notification bell so you get notified of all the races we have coming up in the future. All these races here on Sunday night and throughout the rest of the week. But thank you, everybody. Have a good night, and we'll catch you next time here on V-Speed.